Let me bring in the guests now. Sajjan Kumar, political analyst, joins us. We have Dr. Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, spokesperson of the JDU, and Dr. Pooja Tripathi, Congress spokesperson, is also joining us. Dr. Tripathi, the question is, what is visible here is that all is not well in Mahagathbandhan. You have an important election to fight, but what is visible is that you're fighting within.
I don't think so. It's a media speculation that we are fighting within. Mahagathbandhan is a formidable alliance, and every alliance partner is an equal. There's no junior or a senior partner. And there would be friction within some seats. I've been saying this from so many days that the seat sharing talk is not an easy path to take. And having said that, there are few seats where friendly fights are taking, I think Levin in particular. And that's okay. It's a democracy, and everybody has a right. If somebody is not contented with the defeated candidates, they are there to fight to have a friendly fight. I remember Maharashtra, where the Mahayuti candidates had a friendly fights on 8 seats, and then there was in Haryana.
And then what happened? And what happened in Maharashtra? What happened in Haryana? You went on to lose both those elections.
No, I am saying Mahayuti had a friendly fight on 8 seats, and thank you for saying that they went on to win the Maharashtra, they went on to win the Haryana. I was telling about the NDA seat sharing. In Tripura in 2019, the IPTF, the major ally in NDA, they declared that they'll contest both the parliamentary seats and in whether being a part of NDA, they declared that they'll be contesting both the parliamentary seats. In JNK,
Dr. Pooja Tripathi, yes, you have corrected me here, but how do we forget that in both these states, it was the BJP which was in power. So when they have friendly fights, the equations are different from the challenger. The Mahagathbandhan here is the challenger. You are looking to get a toehold in Bihar. Why should people in Bihar trust you right now, given the fact that you have not ironed out your differences, and then in close to 12 seats, you're fighting with your own alliance partner?
And we will get a toehold in Bihar, because Bihar will vote on the issues of calm. Bihar will vote on the issues of Palayan. Bihar will vote on the issues and absolutely no industrialization in the state. Bihar will vote on the issue of why per capita income in Bihar is so less than national average, why female labor force participation rate is at meager 9%. Bihar will vote on the issue of why 138 bridges have collapsed due to corruption, while tons of liters of alcohol is being drunk by rats, I presume. So it's being said.
At the moment, what is evident here is that you have not got your house in order. And if you had got your house in order, then you could have taken on the NDA. Right now, your house is collapsing. It's collapsing like a pack of cards, where Tejashwi, Yadav and Mr. Alavaru have trust deficit, which is also evident here. Let's bring in Ajay Alok. Ajay Alok, you have a different challenge. You have a different set of challenges with Nitish Kumar here. Those images are raising the question again, unfortunately, about the health of the Chief Minister.
I guess not, Maria. You also know Nitish Kumar. I also know Nitish Kumar. We both come from Bihar. But one thing for sure, my friend from Congress doesn't know how many seats Congress is contesting. Can you ask her? Does she know? Nobody knows. She also not knowing what is the number of the seats that the Congress is contesting. So, as far as Nitish Kumar goes, he is very much sound. And he is very much sound, hale and hearty. And he is doing all the kinds of campaigning. As far as the picture what you are showing, the concerned lady is like a daughter to Nitish Kumar. And I guess, just to boost some candidate very nicely, it's real cheap of Mr. Tejashwi Yadav that reflects his mentality, that a person who belongs to, who's of a father's age, he's posting this kind of a picture and a comment. That shows the exact kind of mental frame the whole Mahagathbandhan or so-called Thagbandhan is in. I mean, what's wrong in that? What he's doing? Does he think? Actually, the thinking is like Lalu Prasad Yadav only, because when Nitish Kumar was taking out Mahila Samman Yatra, Lalu Yadav famously made a comment कि नीतीश आंख सेकने निकल रहा है. This is the kind of reflection what this family is all about and what this culture is all about. And this kind of a political culture is not tolerated in Bihar. If you pass such unworthy comments which should not be discussed at all, and then you question somebody's
absolutely
health,
certainly
ridiculous.
Dr. Ajay Alok, as Bihari, I would certainly say that Nitish Kumar, having done so much for the state of Bihar, certainly doesn't deserve his health issues to become a talking point in these elections. He has given Biharis a sense of pride. There are enough and more issues to be discussed in these elections. So I'm going to shift focus from that and bring in Dr. Manisha Priyam, who joins us as well. Dr. Manisha Priyam, I tend to agree with what Chirag Paswan says here, that there's nothing called friendly fight. You are either fighting or you are friends.
Yeah, so that tells you that on both sides, you can say, oh, the scale is more there and the scale is less here. There are issues of political startups. Look, parties like Chirag Paswan or even more the Hum are really not pan-Bihar parties or not even, parties with very large mass base. And on the other side, you also have something like the VIP or the IP. Nobody even refers to IP Gupta's party as the name of that party. So specific sub-jati based, sub-caste or jati based parties. So these are not parties with a programmatic and ideological appeal. And I think on both sides, genuinely, there are Gathbandhans. There are not political parties, but Gathbandhans. And different orders of magnitude, but both sides have had these problems. And it seems both sides are also punishing some of the political startups. I mean, Chirag Paswan certainly remains an unsettled issue with Mr. Nitish Kumar. Nobody can deny the fact that Nitish Kumar was politically very upset about what had been done to him to reduce his might to a number 43. And I think those issues still remain. So if we take it that Nitish Kumar is politically very active and leading his party, then certainly it will be the case that he is asking his coalition partner that, look, we need to corner this gentleman for what he did to my party in the last elections. And if he is politically inactive, then let's say that across the BJP and the JDU, while they need Chirag Paswan, they are also trying to say that, okay, this is your specific role. So the BJP perhaps needs this small political startup, but also wants them to be in their particular place. What's happening on the other side, nobody can understand, because there the Congress and the RJD are not coming to an agreement, apart from whatever may have happened with VIP, etc. That's now in the past. But the Congress and the RJD sparring over seats, that seems like the bigger magnitude issue right now.
Absolutely. I mean, all the momentum which was evident initially seemed to have been lost in this bickering which is playing out, and close to 12 seats at the moment where this is going to be like a friendly fight. Sajjan Kumar, as someone who has been doing extensive research on ground, do you think now that this image of Tejashwi and Rahul Gandhi not being in sync, I'm taking the name of these two leaders, is because, let's be clear, I mean, it's leaders who fight these battles. Yes, their lieutenants play an important role, but if there was difference of opinion over seat sharing, then Tejashwi and Rahul Gandhi could have spoken over the phone and sort of settled this out. But it's evident that they're also not making enough effort.
Yes, precisely. And that's leading to what you call loss of perception, because in electoral arena, before winning election, you need to win the war of perception. And certainly in war of perception, the parameters are leadership coherence, which is not there in Mahagathbandhan. Then you have about the narrative coherence, which is not there, because we do not know whether it's the SIR vote chori issue, it's the one job to every family issue, or it's the EBC centrality promised by the Congress. So what is the narrative synchronization? That's not there. And then you also see the kind of what they are calling friendly fight. So it's creating a sort of a perception loss already. So in terms of the war of perception, you already see an edge among the NDA constituents. And that way, Rahul Gandhi and Tejashwi needed to have some sort of a chemistry, because certainly the Congress in charge, Alavuru and Tejashwi, and there were credible reports, they were not at the good terms. Not many meetings had happened until 2 weeks back between the two leaders. So that way, it has created a sort of loss of momentum for the challenger. This is one. Two, also you see, with regard to, you take two leaders, Rahul Gandhi and Tejashwi. What is the problem? Rahul Gandhi talks about vote chori, which is not the talking point right now. He talks about giving centrality to the EBC, government job to ABC, some land and for the plots in urban areas. But you see the ticket distribution. how many ABCs have been fielded by the Congress? You cannot have a radical narrative and a very conventional practice
Ticket
in
distribution,
reality.
yes.
Exactly. So that's the gap. And also you see Tejashwi, when Tejashwi needed, to send a sort of a message, because when you talk about the caste census, create a sort of Bahujan and a radical Bahujan mobilization vis-a-vis the traditional upper caste, you cannot afford to fill around 40% of your own caste men as the candidates, because where is the caste diversity? Yes, that has a significant percentage, but that doesn't mean they will cater to the others' aspiration. So that way you see this sort of a lack of chemistry between the top leaders of the constituent, primarily Rahul Gandhi and Tejashwi, is leading to a loss of war of perception, and then
Absolutely.
certainly the NDA has an edge. Yes.
Yes. So they do not have the arithmetic edge, and now you have the chemistry failing as well, Dr. Pooja Tripathi. This is certainly not good news for Mahagathbandhan.
You may call it chemistry failing, you may call it collapsing, but Mahagathbandhan is solid on front, and they will fight the election. They will fight election for the issues of people centric. What matters to people? The festivals around the corner. Look at very simple thing. Airfare is cost 5,000 plus rupees from Delhi to Bihar, and it's not a per capita income in the state. And look at the trains. They've been clogged to the neck, and that's what I'm saying. This elections, people will vote out a government that has delivered absolutely nothing in 20 years. Be it poverty, be it health indicators, be it education, be it massive corruption that is going on, be it everything, the biggest problem, the unemployment. And that's what we are seeing. People will vote out the present government, and Mahagathbandhan would fight as a formidable foe, fight as a unified force. There are some frictions. I'm accepting that there are some frictions, and I think while the second phase, the list would be out. The second phase, the timeline date ends.
The nominations for the second phase is also over, ma'am. Now we are looking at just 2 days when the second phase candidates will have to withdraw their, yes. So withdrawal has to happen on 22nd. So what we are looking at is in a number of these seats, the friendly fight, the parent-friendly fight will continue, which certainly is giving disadvantage to your coalition or alliance here. There is not even a single press conference which have been jointly done by Rahul Gandhi, Tejashwi, Yadav so far. There have been no effort of imagery, which is so essential soon after the election dates were announced. That hasn't happened. So when it is about unity, that is evidently not there, ma'am.
Can you please point out a joint press conference done by BJP, JDU with Chirag Paswan and everybody? We saw Amit Shah ji saying कि विधायक दल पहले Nitish Kumar के फेस पे they were fighting elections. Now Chirag Paswan is saying that विधायक decide करेंगे. Amit Shah ji कह रहे हैं विधायक decide करेंगे.
चलिए वही सवाल, हाँ ठीक है, वो सवाल आपका एकदम सही है. संजय कुमार से वो सवाल पूछ लेती हूँ मैं. Dr. Sanjay Kumar, the question that was raised, or should I say, the manner in which the Home Minister explained the process has given some kind of confusion in the minds of JDU. We certainly know that in 2020, the vote transfer was easier from the BJP to the JDU, but it did not really happen the other way around. You have to unmute yourself.
Sorry. Maria, I also told yesterday in your show that please listen to what Amit Shah ji said in Saran when he gave a speech addressing the electors. He said that Bihar is only safe and going to be safe in the hands of Nitish ji and Modi ji. So that clearly means that what he says, when he meant by saying that we are fighting the election under the leadership of Nitish ji. So we don't have any doubt. It's like the Congress spokesperson and RJD spokesperson. They are trying to come up with these thoughts and ideas and trying to create some confusion because they don't see any coherence among themselves. She was mentioning about you asked about joint press conference. Everybody watched that there were several meetings among NDA leaders together. From Patna to Delhi. Did you see any joint meeting after Rahul Gandhi left Bihar and went to Colombia? Did you see any meeting together? No. Even when Tejashwi ji wanted to meet him in Delhi, he could not meet. So there has been no meeting whatsoever among themselves. And on the other hand, we had series of meetings. We finalized our candidates. We are, like we are on the roads. Our chief minister is going, and everyone in the prime minister is going to come to Bihar and going to address the electors. So we are far ahead. The kind of perception that they are leaving the voters
one moment.
is very poor, very poor.
But let me bring in Sajjan and he'll give the exact statistic. Sajjan, in how many seats in 2020 the vote transfer between the BJP and the JDU did not happen?
So it was basically all the 112 seats wherein JDU has the candidate, and the strike rate of Chirag Paswan, overall Chirag Paswan got around 5.8, that is 6% votes. But on the seats he contested, therein Chirag Paswan's strike rate was 10.5, almost 10 to 11% of the votes, right? So that way, that 11% of vote, what is the social background? Overwhelmingly, around 70% of the candidates came from upper caste, right? So it is considered to be the core BJP vote. So Nitish Kumar suffered precisely because that 11% vote that should have come from BJP core support to JDU did not come to JDU. And therefore, this time you see that vote percentage is expected to come overwhelmingly to Nitish Kumar. So that way, this time Chirag Paswan openly is endorsing Nitish Kumar. He is saying that there were exceptions last time and this time there is a sort of unity. So you see the coherence. Mind it also that this time least anti-incumbency is going to be faced by JDU because it has least number of candidates among the three big parties, just 43, right? Compared to BJP and RJD. So that way you find this time that certainly in terms of the chemistry and arithmetic because you have a new social base, be it upper caste, be it Paswan Dalits, and be it the women-centric schemes which has been rejuvenated. And also because of the chemistry, because you see from Chirag Paswan to others, they all are talking in same directions, right? Even if there are certain differences. The same directionality, unique directionality is something which is missing from the Gathbandhan. When despite it seems that Congress is into a state of dilemma whether to assert itself or whether to adjust for the sake of alliance.
No,
and that way,
that dilemma should have been earlier. It can't be at this junction. When the elections are around the corner, 2 weeks to go, and the Congress or any political party cannot be in dilemma to decide on what narrative it is fighting on. That's not clear. I haven't heard any of the Congress leaders, even right now. Dr. Pooja Tripathi hasn't spoken about what Tejashwi has, about one job per family. That is not the talking point of the Congress party. They are not taking that to the people of Bihar. So how will that chemistry work? That is also the question. Yes, go ahead, Sanjay Kumar. The challenge certainly is, Sanjay Kumar, that on a number of seats where the Chirag factor damaged Nitish Kumar, Nitish Kumar's party candidates in 2020, what happens on those seats? Will you be ensuring that the JDU ensures the vote transfer to Chirag Paswan's candidates on 29 seats? And how will the vice versa happen because of the acrimony which played out in 2020?
Of course. So this year's election is much different than 2020. It was an unfortunate situation where things did not go well among NDA, like especially with Chirag ji putting all his candidates separately. But this time the coordination is at very high level and it's very coherent. So we are, and the team on the ground, the JDU team, BJP team, LJP team, everywhere, we are putting one poster, one thing, like it's an NDA candidate. It's not like JDU candidate, LJP candidate, or BJP candidate.
Okay. Will that really play out? Ajay Alok.
Well, Maria, first of all, you need to understand, you were talking about turmoil in the Mahagathbandhan. There is no oil left in the Mahagathbandhan. It's actually a Thagbandhan, it's a fraud bandhan. और लालची की दुनिया में ठग भूखे नहीं मरा करते. They are out to cheat each other, and we have no comparison. NDA is nowhere compared to this Mahagathbandhan. Here NDA is the proud 5 partners who have completely trust and understanding. with clear-cut seat mentioning, with clear-cut candidates coming out in the front and taking the election head-on. And there is so much confusion and so much chaos in this Thakbandhan. There is no oil left in this turmoil. The Bihar election is straight away heading like 2022 Gujarat elections, where we are going to come out 225 out of 243, that's for sure. And you can see the apathy. The Congress spokesperson doesn't know, because they don't have a figure from the AICC that how many candidates Congress is contesting in Bihar. She cannot answer. She couldn't answer because she doesn't have any data.
Okay. No,
even the Congress party here sitting in Patna, they don't know.
Let her respond.
How many candidates they are going to field more?
Okay. How many seats is the Congress contesting on, ma'am?
There's an official candidate list released by Congress. I request you to take a look at. When you actually
nominations are over. There is no official list.
how the people are
Nominations are over, but there is no official list.
Are actually filing nominations. Biggest question here is again I'm asking.
How can they file nominations?
Dr.
Nominations
Pooja
are over.
Tripathi, the nominations got over yesterday. You can't file nominations anymore. What can happen is withdrawal of nomination for the second phase.
No.
Yes, please, go ahead.
The application's 23rd is the deadline. So I'm saying
For Rahul Gandhi, there will be a third phase of nomination after 5 years.
Let me ask you one simple question. Tell me one instance where Chirag Paswan has come out and say that we are fighting this from the leadership of Nitish. Give me one single statement of it. He hasn't. So when your house is not the order, Nitish, Chirag Paswan keeps his own bravoes. Then Ramanji advises Mishraji to declare CM candidate Nitish, but he actually comfortably avoids this.
Okay, I'll ask the producer to fix that audio, because Pooja, there is a problem with your audio. I'll ask the producer to fix that audio. But let me bring in Dr. Manisha Priyam again. Dr. Manisha Priyam, two contrasting images from 2020 to now. 2020, the Mahagathbandhan looked united. There were efforts to come up with a new narrative. There was freshness in Tejashwi Yadav's campaign to now. In 2025, Mahagathbandhan is looking disintegrated. Tejashwi Yadav is speaking about one job per family. Rahul Gandhi is speaking about SIR. Where are the two alliances when you were to compare it to last time?
So what you're doing now is doing a programmatic comparison, right? Now, let me tell you that in the last innings of this election, I think there has been a heavy outpouring of programmatic offerings to the electorate from both sides. The BJP came up with the cash transfer scheme, which is the Mukhyamantri Yojana, of which 75%, 2/3 was transferred actually by the Prime Minister, and 25% was transferred by the Chief Minister. So that was the programmatic offering on that side. On Tejashwi's side, there is the promise of one sarkari naukri per family. That's what he's talking about. And the SIR is something on which we are not discussing this, but the CPIML are important constituents. The left parties totally are important constituents of the Mahagathbandhan, and Rahul Gandhi, the left, and Tejashwi seemed together on that plank and platform. Definitely on that issue, it's Rahul Gandhi who was leading. Definitely on the jobs promise, there's Tejashwi who's leading. So I don't think on the programmatic offerings, both sides seem very coordinated, be it the Prime Minister or the Chief Minister with their 75-25 ratio of cash transfers, or on the other side, the programmatic issue of pointing out what Rahul Gandhi feels are issues with elections as they are being currently conducted, and Tejashwi's offering. Now, even in the last election, it was Tejashwi who had become the face of saying that, look, we will give jobs to the Yuva Varg. So I don't think the issues lie on the programmatic offerings. Both sides did it last moment, but they did it. The real issues are the issues of collaborating or coordinating within themselves for the seats. As I can't see, I don't have a screen, but as someone pointed out, an esteemed co-panelist pointed out, Chirag Paswan's party is supposed to be a Dalit, Mahadalit face. Look at the fact that they actually field the upper caste. An important erstwhile Ramvilas Paswan, loyalist Suraj Bhan Singh has jumped over to the RJD side. Look at the fact that Nitish Kumar ji did fast track courts to arrest, the accused then or charged for the G. Krishnaiah assault and murder, Anand Mohan Singh. On the eve of this election, Anand Mohan Singh is released. So if all was well, I think the parties would not be relying on the strong arm tactics and doing everything they could to go to the voters. I think these are highly localized election. Even for each of the stronger political parties, the small votes, the smaller leaders matter. Upender Kushwaha, for example, on this side, a very poor track record of being able to win his own elections, either in Ujjiyarpur or in Karakat in the last Lok Sabha elections. But the fact that he made a face and he was seen as bargaining for, what was that about? I mean, he doesn't even win his own seats. One kept quiet, but that wasn't a great show. But yes, definitely the NDA has managed that home better. The other side has not managed at home better. So let the elections begin. I think we will see various episodes. Part 1, programmatic and issue poising. Part 2, ticket distribution. Then part 3, election campaigns. Part 4, voting. And part 5, results. So I see these as separate serials or separate episodes of the same serial, as you may like to call it. And I don't think that people will remember the fighting over 11 seats rather than look at what Tejashwi has to say, or the fact that they are drawn by the ideology of the RJD and its combination of the MY. I think core voters will go where they go. It's the swing voters who will make up their mind on whether the programmatic offerings are better or whether they need to look at the internal squabbles and fights before they make up their mind.
All right, I think that's the right way to sum up this discussion. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Pooja Tripathi, Sanjay Kumar, Ajay Alok, Manisha Priyam and Sajjan Kumar.